Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new old Let's Play. Let's play The Karate Kid on NES again. This was one of the first NES games that I played for the internet way back when, and I don't know if there's anything about this game that hasn't already been said. I mean, it's not as hard or as difficult as the angry video game nerd makes it out to be, or the angry Nintendo nerd as he was known way back when, many a moon ago. And if you know what you're doing, you can easily get through this game. This is also the only game that I know of that is based on the Karate Kid movies. The game starts out at the tournament at the end of the first movie, and the rest of the game takes place throughout all of the second. Though it kind of speeds through the second movie of the series. And we might as well go ahead and, well, we could, maybe I should show off the one-on-one mode. No, that requires 2 players. Yeah, I can't even do one-on-one mode. That wouldn't be fun. But if you know how to play the game, you know how to play one-on-one mode anyway. I forgot about that mode. So, you can either do, besides the one-on-one mode, you can either play with 1 player or 2 players alternate. I'm just going to play with 1 player. And the game starts off in the karate tournament at the end of the first game. All you need to do is just stand there and kick. B kicks, A punches, left and right let you move around, down ducks, and up jumps. If you hold left or right while punching or kicking, you'll use your crane kicks and drum punches. But if you have crane kicks or duck punches, and you attack while standing perfectly still, you'll use them. And they're a lot more powerful than your usual attacks. Also, to get through the tournament, all you have to do is just stand there and just keep kicking. That's all you need to do. Super simple. And stage 2 takes place in Okinawa, which is pretty much where the first game, or not the first game, but the second movie starts. So here's what I like to do. Use left and right and the B button to keep doing regular kicks. And I can keep grabbing crane kicks. These little C icons that are popping up every so often. You can use those to not only collect crane kicks, but they also refill a little bit of your health too in case you need health. So up there at the top is your HUD. You have your health in the upper left hand corner, and below that is the map, which shows how far in the level you're in, and not much else. In case you're fighting a boss, it is replaced with the boss health meter that map is, and to the right of it is your current score, as well as your current amount of crane, kicks, and duck punches that you have. And you're probably wondering why the heck I'm beating the heck out of enemies. Well, it's quite simple, really. I want to get a bunch of lives. And I forget how many enemies you need, or rather how many points you need to get lives. So something tells me I'm about ready to find out real soon. This may take a while. Also, and unlike the first time I Let's Played this a long time ago, many a moon ago, I can't believe I'm using that phrase like twice now, many a moon. Nobody ever says that anymore. I am playing this without any practice runs whatsoever. And apparently I got my first life at 20,000. So apparently you need to get 20,000 points for an extra life. And I'm pretty sure you get one every 20,000. You can punch and kick while jumping and crouching. But the rate that I'm going, I won't need to do any ducking attacks. And definitely not any jumping attacks either. Also, these enemies are pretty easy to deal with. They may punch me every now and again, and they may also jump out at me. But I can easily take them down. Very, very easily. And I know that I haven't had a whole lot of progress here. I've just been kicking people for the last, I guess, 3 minutes. But this is something that I do just to ensure that I can get through this game. And that's not a thing that I wanted to do. Thanks a lot, game. You kind of forced my hand right there. Yeah, you use a crane kick right there, and that's what the crane kick looks like, just like in the movie. Which was made up for the movie. As a matter of fact, one of the kids who played one of the kids in the tournament, I believe, made the move up for the movie. And yeah, it is. It is every 20,000. Yikes. Kinda like the music in here, though. This is probably the best music in the game, I should say. I mean, there's nothing else quite like it in the rest of the game's soundtrack, I do have to admit. And you tried to duck under that, and you failed. So yeah, when you're getting a whole bunch of lives in this game, well, when you do get a whole bunch of lives in this game, it definitely makes getting through here a little easier. Also, not surprisingly, the very beginning of level 2, definitely the best place to do this in. And to make it easier for your sanity as well as mine, I'm going to stop farming for extra lives when I get 99 of the crane kicks. When I get 99 crane kicks, I'm going to stop getting lives. Because really, there's no way to get more than 99 crane kicks, and there's no reason to have, well, not even that many, but it still helps. As you can probably tell already, enemies come from the left and the right. And it is possible to get enemies, or rather, 2 enemies, which is the most enemies that can come out of the screen, or show up on screen at any given time. You can only have 2 on the screen at any given time, 2 enemies. It is possible to have them both on the left, when you're always going to be going to the right in this game. And I will mention a trick that takes advantage of that. Though you probably already have a guess as to what that trick is. Also, I wish these things gave you points these crane kick pickups did. I really wish they did. I mean, it would definitely make things easier on my part. And I wanted to grab that crane kick, and I could not. You don't jump high in this game. And while you can use the jump to jump over small gaps, you won't be doing much else with it, unless, of course, you're lucky enough to jump kick an enemy. Which I don't think is really that hard. I can't imagine it being that difficult. And I am totally running out of things to say at this point in the game. At this point in this Let's Replay, for lack of a better description of why this video even exists. I mean, I played this game way back in 2013, and I played a lot more games since then, and well, it was simple enough to Let's Play at the time. I definitely knew how to get through it. Of course, when I played this for the first time, I split it into 2 videos. I'm going to be doing this in one, because why not? I've also done a long play of this game, which is just me playing through this game pretty much the same way I am now, minus commentary, sometime later. Like, some years after I made the Let's Play. The first one. And I've added that long play to the playlist for the first one. And will I make another long play? Absolutely. Why not? I mean, it's easy to get through this. And I have no idea how many... And now you're on the roof. Why? I don't know. But I need you off of it. And now you're just jumping off the bridge. I don't know why, but you are. And now you're still... Really? You're just going to do this to me? You're just going to keep jumping on the bridge? Okay, have it your way then. I'm still just going to be right here, grabbing crane kicks and kicking you guys out of the air. Trying not to use any of my 66 crane kicks. I've already used 2. I love how these enemies can stand on all sorts of things. Of course, you can too. And I am up to 70 crane kicks now. Perhaps it was for the best that I probably was here, since I'm having a few more enemies show up. I should have just been here the whole time. Would have made things a little easier in terms of getting lives, like more points for lives. And it certainly would have made things a little more interesting. I mean, enemies wouldn't have just walked up to me. Instead, they hopped to me like they're doing here. What are you doing? No. Give me my health back. You get 2 units of health back whenever you grab a crane kick, which is a good thing. Now, if you just bump into enemies, or if enemies just bump into you, you don't take damage. They actually have to attack you in order to decrease your health, which is a useful thing to know in case you are surrounded by enemies, which you shouldn't be, which isn't a thing that should really happen in this game. Unless you're on round 4, in which case I can kind of understand that happening. But even then, the enemies shouldn't really give you that much trouble. Alright. We're up to 84 crane kicks. And we have our 4th extra life based on points. Also, I like the fact that the crane kicks show up directly above you whenever they do show up. Also, Daniel-san looks different in this stage compared to level 1. He just had the karate gi on in stage 1, but here he's wearing what's more or less a mass of street clothes. And I am getting close to getting 99 crane kicks here. Just a few more and I will be on my way. Having all these crane kicks will come in handy in the later levels, which are the other 2 levels that there are in the game. There's 4 in all. We're almost halfway through this game. And yet I'm spending 10 minutes just farming crane kicks and lives. But as they say, you gotta sharpen the saw before you can cut the tree. And we should be good. We are at 99. Now to mention other things about the game. Sometimes you'll find openings. If you press up in them, you'll go to bonus stages like the swinging hammer. And if you can time your button presses right, you can dodge the swinging hammer. And if you dodge the swinging hammer enough times, you'll get some crane kicks, you'll get some drum punches, and you'll get a bunch of points too. Also, this guy threw things at me. Also, I do not like the fact that you are hitting me in the face. I need to get out of here. And it's a good thing I got lives. I have 6 left. Good. Let's get some more crane kicks. Let's go for another life if we can. Though there wouldn't be much of a reason for me to do so. And I'm just going to stay right here. I'm not going to go down. Or, well, I guess I have to if I want to go to that bonus stage again. Let's see if I can do this again. It's not like... I gotta be able to turn around at the same time that the hammer is right near me. And I need to keep jumping, too. There we go. Yeah, I didn't go fast enough through that part, and that kind of cost me. That kind of cost me there. Do not want to fall in the water. That is instant death no matter what. And here's a thing that you can do. Well, I thought I'd be able to do it. Oh, hey, she gives us points and health. And that's not an opening for a bonus stage. We do have an extra health, extra life, though. Now here we can go in here for the chopsticks fly catch. Use a control pad to position the chopsticks. Press the button, A or B, to catch a fly. If you know what you're doing, you can easily catch all of the flies. There are 6 in all, and that's what happens if you get all 6. 3 crane kicks, 4 drum punches, 3,000 points. Now, can I do it? I want to do it. I'd like to do it. I wanted to mention that trick. I might as well mention it now. That is not an opening. And that trick is, if you get 2 enemies on the left and just keep them on screen, like don't scroll them off the screen at all, you can just go through the whole level without having to fight enemies, which can be pretty nifty and can probably be a little helpful in case you want to go through this level without having to deal with enemies. It's a little hard to do later in the game, though. This is like the only place where you can really do that, this level. And if you could stop doing that, that would be great. Grab the health. And I got both of you on the left. You can just keep going there. I'll get rid of you. And you just defeat him. I'm presuming that's Chosen, the antagonist from the second movie that you have to fight. You just fight him the same way you just fight everyone else. Just stand there and use your crane kicks if you have to. Now it's time for stage 3, which takes place during the typhoon that hits the village. You have birds that are flying around. You got sticks. If you can hit things around here, you can definitely get some points. There's the swinging hammer stage again. Again, I'm not going to do very well at this. Especially since I can't get the timing down. Should have pressed that probably just a little sooner. Maybe. Stage 3, the Typhoon Strikes. That's the name of the level. Okay, then. And we save him. We get health. And I got the health. I saved the man. You also want to be very careful. You do not want to get knocked into the holes. It's very easy for that to happen in this place because of the wind, always pushing you to the left. Thankfully, that wooden rail acts as the bridge. I may have to start jumping and kicking. Thankfully, that's what I did. I need to get rid of you two if I have any hope of getting through here safely. I can't rescue her for whatever reason. And I have been surrounded by enemies, and I have lost another life. Thankfully, I had one left over from when I got another one in Stage 2. And I just got my life back. We are now at 12,000 points. I may have to use my crane kicks a little more often just to survive. Because these enemies are suddenly giving me a hard time when they really shouldn't. And ice block break. You want to time your button press so that the life bar is at maximum. And if you do that, you'll break all of the ice blocks. I came pretty close, though. And if I could get up here, that would be great. Swinging hammer. The good thing about entering bonus stages, is that if you can enter one while enemies are swamping the screen, you can clear the screen of enemies when you come back. Also, I would like to go over here. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the game will let me. Can I go in here? I can. Might as well go ahead and do the chopsticks fly catch again. I mean, this one is probably the easiest to do. Also, your timer is above the... The timer is below the life bar right there, where the map is supposed to be. There is a timer, too, that... to that minigame. And you are both behind me, and that really helped. Okay, there's the well. It's empty now. Thankfully, you can make your way back out. There's Mr. Miyagi. Let's go ahead and save him to get some health. Yeah, characters will show up, and you can save them for... save them to get some health back. Also, you don't have to fight Chosen. Just rescue the girl there at the top of that little... I guess that's the bell. And just like in the movie, I've forgotten the girl's name already. But she's the main love interest for Daniel-san, if you can consider her a love interest. And yeah, you save her, you just get straight to stage 4, where things get a little tough. There are guys with spears. They take 2 regular punches and or kicks to the feet. And you also have these boulders that are rolling around. I lucked out, and I have 2 dudes to the left of me. I'm going to keep them there. I'm going to keep them there. And while I could go for bonus areas, there are still bonus areas around here. I'm just going to make things as easy for myself as possible and just keep these dudes behind me. I mean, you only have 2 enemies on the screen at one time. As long as you keep them on screen, it'll just blindly follow you. Come on. Come on. And you can pretty much make it all the way to the end there. Of course, you want to make sure that you have room to jump all the way over there, or else you're falling into the water, and that is death. And nobody wants death. Clearly nobody wants death. And I have not used any of my drum punches. 1 and 2. Okay. Now to beat this guy again. Just stay all the way to the left a bit, kind of near the first statue, and do the crane kick when this guy comes towards you. And once you beat the boss of the 4th and final level, you've basically sped your way through the first and second movies, or at least the end of the first, and pretty much the big points of the second, and Mr. Miyagi congratulates you before you get kicked back to the title screen. Really short. Can be difficult unless you know what to do. But if you do know what to do, and you're used to playing the game, you can easily get through it. Might as well go ahead and give a mini review. Graphics, they're alright. They're pretty simple. This game is from 1987. The NES wasn't around for long. They don't look too bad. Sound and music, they're alright. The sounds sound appropriate. I do like the music in this game. Stage 2 definitely has standout music. Play control is very arcade style, even though this kind of, well, Street Fighter came out in the same year, and this kind of predates Street Fighter 2, but you still press up to jump, and even with that going on, it's still not that bad a game. I think the only problem you probably have is trying to keep yourself from being surrounded by enemies. But as long as you have like a ton of crane kicks and you farm those crane kicks and those lives at the beginning of the game, you shouldn't have that much trouble getting through this game. And finally, as far as replay value goes, once you beat this game, there's not much of a reason to come back. Unless you really like this game. But as you can see, you can easily get through this game in about 20-something minutes if you know what to do. Or if you're really bold and you don't want to farm like I do, you can probably get through it in 10 or 15. Again, this is assuming that you don't want to farm lions and crane kicks and you really know what to do in this game. Which is a heck of a way to show off, to be quite honest. And that's it. That's pretty much all that there is to say. That was Let's Play the Karate Kid again for the NES. Hopefully you enjoyed this game as much as I did, and maybe you enjoy this game, or this Let's Play, a little bit more. And hopefully I will be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.